이 책은 몽고메리 작가의 빨강머리의 앤이라는 소설이 100년이 되면서 그러한 오랜 시간이 지나면서 꾸준히 독자들에게 많이 많이 읽혀지고 그러면서 그 지역에서 태어나서 자랐다라고 저는 알고 있는데 정확하진 않아요. 버지 윌슨이라는 이 작가가 100주년을 기념하면서 앤의 유년 시절에 대해서 소설화해서 이 책이 나오게 되었다고 몽고메리 작가에 대한 헌정이라고나 할까요? 그렇게 알고 있는데요. 잘못된 정보가 있다면 수정하겠습니다. 한번 읽어보도록 할게요. 엄마랑 아빠랑 고등학교 선생님이에요. 엄마는 우리나라 지금 국어 선생님이니까 영어 선생님이신 거고 아빠는 기하학, 수학을 가르치세요. 결혼을 해서 이제 신혼인데 결혼해서 아직 애니 태어나기 전이죠. 근데 엄마는 고등학교에 수업을 하러 갈 수가 없어요. 왜일까요? 읽어보지요. 첫 페이지 첫 장이에요. Walter leaves for work. Bertha Shirley stood at the door of their little yellow house and waved goodbye to Walter as he turned onto the road that would eventually take him to the Bolingbrook High School. 이 고등학교로 월터 아빠, 그러니까 앤의 아버지죠. 출근을 하시네요. His arms were too full of books, 교과서인가 봐요, to wave back, but his smile told her everything she needed to know. She continued to watch him as he journeyed down the long road that led to the Hepworth house. Jeffrey Hepworth taught science at the school and would be waiting for Walter with a horse and buggy ready for the trip across the green marshlands and into the center of town. 시내로 이제 마차 타고 책을 가득 싣고 가지요. Walter had hoped to do the long journey by foot, but today was the first day of the fall term, and he had too much to carry. Usually he counted on that early morning walk to clear the cobwebs out of his head before starting his first geometry class. After the walk and after the class, Walter always felt ready for anything. There was something so orderly, so logical, so predictable about geometry. In fact, about all branches of mathematics. Everything seemed to fit. He loved the subject he taught with the same intensity that Bertha felt for the material she'd been teaching in the same school until last June. Bertha stayed in the doorway long after Walter had disappeared behind the tangle of rose bushes and wild apple trees at the west corner of the Hepworth property. She wished she were with him. She was longing to step into a classroom today and start opening the students' eyes and ears, not to mention their brains, to the miracle of good poetry, to Wordsworth, to Keats, to the new poet Matthew Arnold and Shakespeare. Supposing their new teacher didn't care about Shakespeare. Bertha couldn't really see why you weren't supposed to be a teacher just because you were married. 결혼한 여성은 고등학교 국어 선생님, 그러니까 영어 선생님이었는데도 문학을 가르치시는데도 결혼했다는 이유만으로 그 다음에 이제 집에서 살림을 해야 되는 그런 시대였죠. 지금 자기 선택이긴 한데요. 그래야 하는 강요당하는 시대랑 그냥 선택인 시대랑은 좀 차이가 있죠. 많이 차이가 있죠. She'd asked a few people that question. Why can't you do both? 둘 다 하면 안 되나? 살림도 하고 일하러 가르치러 나가면 안 되나? The answer was always the same. Because you should be home looking after your husband Why couldn't they look after each other? The house was tiny and their meals were simple. You didn't need to dust every single surface every day. She'd done all the cooking on her father's farm after her mother died, and she was so good at it that she could make a whole meal, dessert and all, in 25 minutes. And laundry? In the summer, Walter had always helped her to wringing out the sheets and to fill the big water heater on the stove. He could still do that if she changed her wash day to Saturday. Bertha sighed and turned to re-enter the house. 네, 이런 상황이네요. 자, C라는 사람이 등장을 해요. 친해지면서 어떤 관계가 형성이 되는지 나중에 또 읽어보도록 하겠습니다.